What's good? Welcome to Devine Deck. I forget what episode this is. Doesn't really matter because the San Diego Padres are red hot. My brother Mike Devine is back from a little Europa trip, which started off on a Padres 0-5 stretch. But since then, the fellas have won 7 of their last 8. It's the most electric 500 team in the history of sports, as we like to say it. My name's Matt Devine. My brother's name's Mike Devine. Mike Devine, how are we?
Doing great. Got a little worried there when I was out in Europe that I was the key to success on the homeland. So I was ready to fly back, but then we strung together a couple wins against one against the Phillies. Just kind of started to get back into the swing of things. But yeah, man, I mean, when we blew that lead, Suarez blew that game against the Phillies, I was like, oh, we might be cooked for this season. We're the Rollercoaster Padres. I mean, you never know. Like, dude, realistically, the high right now is probably top of the season. This team would be the type of team that loses 5 in a row right now, and then we win 5 in a row next week. Like, it's just the way the team plays.
And that's why I've said it before. I said it again. This team is nothing but a 500 baseball team until they prove us differently, right? Right now, we're 3 games above. We, just as recently as 2 weeks ago, have been 4 games under. That's kind of who we are as a team right now. That being said, this team is way more fun than, 2022 was kind of, the playoffs obviously were extremely fun. The regular season wasn't insanely fun, 2022. The most fun I had in the last 5 years was watching, obviously the San Diego 2020 season was cool, strictly because we had nothing else we could do during COVID. That's all we could watch. But first half of 2021 was pretty sick. And this last week or two kind of reminds me of those vibes where you got guys like, remember the Victor Carantini walk-off against the Reds in 2021? That's kind of like what the Higgy walk-off against the A's was like. And obviously we're going to talk about Higgy a lot in this episode. He pretty much put the team on his back today, 6 RBIs, 2 home runs. But I love where they're at, man. Hey, they're playing hard. Shildt daddy. What we said all offseason, Mike, we said, dogs a dago. We want to be these guys. That video went viral of Shildt when he was with the Cardinals. And he was like, we're going to beat their ass. And he said a bunch of curse words. And Randy Arozarena posted on his Instagram story. That is the manager we have, right? And when we go through these stretches where we lose to the Angels and we lose to the bad teams, the Rockies, the fan base, ourselves included, lose our shit because we're so used to the Padres not being good or not coming back that in our heads we're like, okay, season's cooked, right? We're usually, until the Chargers left, usually how the Padres seasons would go would, all right, you're into the Padres until August, and then the first preseason Chargers game, and then you're like, all right, now I can kind of focus on the Chargers. We don't have that anymore. It's all in on the Pods. So seeing Shildt and him believing in his guys, no matter what, when a guy like Tom Cosgrove shits the bed, Shildt will never say a bad word about that guy. Kyle Higashioka was literally batting the first ever player to have a negative batting average for half of the season. And now he's God. He believes in these dudes. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. He's really he's an interesting case because when we're winning, I'm like, I love this guy. And when we're losing, I'm like, I don't really know if what this dude, he just reminds me so much. I've said it before. He reminds me so much of Mr. Mackey from South Park, the way he talks. Okay. He just reminds me. I can't get that out of my head, but I fuck with Mike Shildt. I don't know, man. This team, for Tatis to go down at the start of the series and then go to rip off the
we'll
sweep,
talk about that.
Playing Bryce Johnson, who's, by the way, lays down a fantastic bunt.
Hey, BJ's quick. Hey, we love a quick BJ at the DSG.
He's the outfield Higgy. He's the not the outfield Higgy. He's the outfield T. Rizzy, bro.
Yeah,
they're the same guy. They're the same guy. We have 2 Tyler Wades. We have 2 Tyler Wades on the team. Not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but we have 2 Tyler Wades.
Hey, if we need a bunt, we're good. We got some dogs that are
good,
bunting.
man.
Kimmy laid down a good one today too.
Dude, listen, play some fucking small ball and then have Profar come up with guys on base, and it's a foolproof way of winning baseball games.
What a beast, bro.
This team is looking up. There's still some glaring issues with this team.
Oh yeah.
You cannot have an 8-0 lead in the 9th inning and have to get your fucking closer up again He pitched 2 games in a row. He literally should have been like in the showers, just getting changed to leave the field early.
He should have been eating a Baja beef at 15th Street
Dude,
in Del Mar. He shouldn't have even
there's
been at
no
the game.
reason. There's no reason. And listen, Matt, we say we like to make memes. Tom Cosgrove is probably a very nice dude. I feel for him. You don't like seeing somebody get absolutely, torn up and have a tough outing, knowing that, he's a fringe AAA to the MLB guy. He had a great year last year, but clearly, they view him as somebody who's either going to bounce up or bounce down, and that's a lot of pressure. So I feel bad for him. That being said, there's got to be somebody on this fucking team that can get 3 outs without having to get your closer up.
Yeah.
This is like the 15th, Matt. This is the fucking 10th time this season that this has happened.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, dude, it's crazy how great the Padres bullpen has been for majority of our life, because we've never really experienced a really bad pen. People look back on 2021. Obviously, Emilio Pagan, Dr. Meatballs himself, was just serving them bitches up. But other than that, we've had a pretty solid pen. Obviously, when Hader was here, Pussy could only throw 3 outs, but when he did throw 3 outs, he was usually pretty good. And then growing up, we had so many different closers. Obviously, Trevor, Houston Street, Gregerson, like all these dudes. Our pen
Bell, baby,
strong suit. Usually, this is the majority of my life as a Padres fan. We get one. We'd get one all-star each year, and it'd be our closer. It'd be Heath Bell running out in Houston, right? It'd be like, damn, you're a bad team when it's only one reliever is your all-star. That being said, right now, glaring issue. I trust 3 relievers on this team, maybe 2.5. I trust Chella Jerry, because obviously since he got the flu, he hasn't been the same. That being said, his shit still plays, bro. Similar to what Dylan Cease did today. People were like, oh, are you worried about Cease? He's had a couple bad starts. Dude, he still throws 98 in the 7th inning and has a wipeout slider. Like, is he going to give up a home run? Yes. If he walks people, are those home runs going to come back to bite? Yes. But if he doesn't walk people, we see what happened today. Nasty, bro. Nasty. Chella Jerry, nasty. Robert Suarez, give the guy. People were looking at that contract last year, ourselves included, like, damn, bro, we kind of fucking, he was hurt. We're like, did we really give this guy, like, who had a kind of a Linsanity run in 2022, this crazy contract? He is, in my opinion, right now, we watch a lot of baseball. Is there a better closer in baseball? I don't think so.
No.
He shuts that shit down. Obviously, the Phillies, he blew a save. Welcome to real life. It's not all MLB The Show. People are going to make mistakes. That series, there was a lot of that. Philly has our number. Let's not forget, we're done playing them this year. If we meet them in the playoffs, we'll talk about them. But we're over that series. Suarez has been nasty. Chella Jerry's been nasty. Then we start getting into the middle to the upper guys. The middle upper guys for me, Mike, and I want to hear what you say. I like Morejon. He does give up a little bit of some extra base hits recently. I do like Morejon. I think his stuff plays. And you know who's been a lot better lately? And I know it sounds funny, and you hate this guy. Chef Yuki, when he doesn't walk guys, he doesn't give up a lot of bombs, bro.
I don't hate Yuki, Matt. I don't hate Yuki. I just hate walks. And you're right. He's gotten a little bit better about not walking people. He's got 3 walks in his last 7 appearances. I'm not going to argue that. But 29 strikeouts and 22 walks on the season. You got to have a little bit better of a split. I also think I don't know, man, he just in the playoffs, if we make it, which I hope we do, and I think we will, I can totally envision Yuki giving up an absolute fucking duke to lose a game. Pressure's on, walks a guy, throws a meatball to Harper, and he just feet over literally over their.
I could see it being against the Dodgers and him giving it up to Andy Pajes or something like that. Some total.
But don't get me wrong. Obvious. I think you need this team, right? If you're going to pay Yuki the money you paid him, and if you're going to pay Wandy the money that you paid him, you need them to be reliable. If it's not going to be an 8th inning, you need them to be reliable potentially in the 6th, the 7th, or in a game like this today. Fucking have them come in and just shut the door without a real need. This is an inning. I think Yuki pitched. Did he pitch 2 nights in a row? No, he only pitched. He pitched the 8th last night, but he only pitched 1 game. He hasn't pitched in 4 days before that.
He pitched today.
This is a game. Matt. Oh, did he? Yuki? Oh, yeah, my bad. I'm tripping. I was thinking he pitched last. I was thinking of Wandy last night.
Yuki was awesome.
Yuki was awesome today. This is like a game though where you're like, hey, this is how you get back on the hump. Like you need to pitch in these low leverage innings. I agree. This is like, it's just tough. We have too many guys that I don't trust in the bullpen, and I don't know what the solution is.
I think the solution, Mike, is we're going to, the next month, we're going to play trial and error with some of these dudes. We're going to call up a couple dudes from the minors.
It's all error. It's all error. It's all error. There's
we're
no
going to trade right now. If you were to say, gun to my head, you could trade for one dude or one position for this team. You only get one. Without a doubt in my mind, I go for a high leverage reliever. Because if Yu Darvish isn't and this is also saying right now, I truly believe Darvish will be back. I also think Musgrove's done. So I think Musgrove's done, and I think Darvish comes back. So maybe they both come back. Great. Maybe they don't. But right now, the biggest glare is we need a dude where the Padres are up 2-0 in the 7th against the Dodgers in a big game. And we have a 7-8-9 where I'm genuinely like, we're going to get these guys out. Right now, the Cleveland Guardians have the best record in the AL, I think. The reason isn't only just because of Steven Kwan and Josh Naylor having good years at the plate. It's not because of their starting pitching. They have 4 relievers right now in their pen that might make an all-star game. That goes a long way, dude. Holding leads, getting your team, winning games 4-1, 4-2, and having that where your starter can feel like I can give up a run or two and not have to worry is massive, dude. I think that Preller knows this too. I hope we don't get, gypped on a reliever trade. That being said, we need it. We need it because this team, the offense is coming to play a little bit lately, bro.
Dude, the offense is good. This is the best offensive season I've seen from this team in like my lifetime.
Yeah, dude,
like they're playing like they're hitting the ball situationally. They're coming through in big spots, man. Like that's the difference this year. They're coming through in big spots.
No 1 for 16, and there's been a few, but recently in this 7 to 8 game stretch where we've been cooking, I could look up the stats. I'm not going to right now. I'm gonna just go spitball. Runners in scoring position, they've been raking. That's pretty much all baseball is, bro. You either score runs 2 ways. You either hit nukes or you come through with runners in scoring position. You always see stats of, oh, why did the Marlins lose today? Oh, the Marlins went 2 for 21 with runners in scoring position. That's why they lost. If you could hit 300 with runners in scoring position, you will win 80% of the games you play. And that's without hitting homers. And then you got to fucking, throw in the Soto trade who becomes Barry Bonds in June. Kyle Higashioka. Dude, like, what is this dude? Mike,
I'm telling you,
the guitar, your nickname for him is great. The guitar hero, Kyle Higashioka. Yeah. 6 RBIs today. Him in June, bro, has been one of the coolest. I said insanity. Like, hopefully it's legit because let's ride the hot hand, bro. I know Campy's hurt, but dude, this dude Higashioka, great defensively, which is something that is so important, dude, because we saw with Camp, bro. And I like Campy. I bought a lot of Campy stock in the offseason. Has it crashed? Absolutely. Am I poor now? Yes. That being said, the thing with stocks, you don't sell at the low point, you sell at the high point, right? I still have that Campy stock. That being said, the fact that Kyle Higashioka is low-key good is so important, dude, because that can get Campy off his feet a little bit too. That can give him, maybe go DH a little bit or do something else. Like, figuring out ways to get him in the lineup, maybe not as a catcher, could be huge in the future. But Higgy's been great, dude. What do you have to say about Higgy?
I mean, it's just insanely fun to watch him play. I mean, I would say a month ago, maybe a little bit over a month ago, we were like, I don't want to watch Kyle Higashioka play for this team. There's got to be something to say about getting consistent at bats and getting into a rhythm and knowing that he's waking up every day now with Campy out. Like, all right, I'm the starter right now. I'm going to be starting tomorrow. It's not like, am I going to be playing tomorrow? Do I have to, sit 3 games and then come off the bench and then come up and, get 3 at bats against fucking, I don't know, somebody who's just nasty and then you just lose confidence. Like I genuinely First off, I bet on him today to hit a home run, not to flex. He was the cheapest odds, like the worst odds for a home run on the Padres. He was plus 300. He was the lowest odds. He's been that nasty that he is the best. He's literally the most projected to hit a home run on the Padres. It's insane.
Dude,
he's just a nuke hitter, bro. He just hits bombs.
He just hits bombs.
We said it 3 weeks ago. He led the league in foul ball home runs, and he started to figure out, hey, maybe if I just wait a millisecond less, now he's hitting them off the Western Supply. He's figured it out. I don't want to see.
They're calling it the Higgy Supply Building.
Campy's got VAR. Luis, take a seat. Kyle Higashioka needs to be the starter for the rest of the season. He has to. He's earned it.
He's earned it. It's simple as this, man. Baseball is a very, very simple sport when it comes to playing time, especially for hitters. Oh, you can hit. I want you in the lineup. I'll figure out a place to put you in position-wise. Luis Ariz had one hand last night. We still had him in the lineup. Like, he couldn't even play first base. Supposedly, he really messed up his shoulder or whatever. That's why he made those errors. Rumor. But, yeah, dude, Higgy's been insane. Another dude who's been insane since we last talked, Jurickson Merrill, brother. This dude, Mike and I, low-key, were calling him a little bit of a singles merchant. We thought he's young. Hopefully one day he develops into his power. Well, that one day came literally when Mike was in Europe, because this dude has become a dog, bro. Like, every AB, his confidence too. Mike, tell the people at home what you had to say about Jurickson Merrill when you texted me. You're like, he thinks he's the best player in baseball.
Yeah, no, I said he's the type of ego that you want on your team. Like, genuinely, yeah, it's actually not an ego. That's true. It's just irrational confidence. Like, he probably walks out there on the field and he's like, he'll be on the field. We'd be playing the Dodgers. There's Ohtani, Mookie, Freddie, Tatis, Manny, Xander, all these guys that have legitimate Hall of Fame, probably all Hall of Famers, maybe except for Tatis, given the background. If Xander plays the way he does, maybe not him. But for a lot of Hall of Famers on a field,
yeah,
he genuinely, I believe, thinks he's the best player on the field. Like, he has a rational confidence. Like, he's, and it's sick because we've never really, like, Tatis had swag, but you could tell when Tatis is in a slump.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Like, that guy, Jurickson Merrill still walks out there like he's about to fucking go deep. And now he's actually starting to go deep. Like, he's genuinely, first off, I don't want to toot my own horn. I'm seeing a lot of people compare his swing to Freddie Freeman now. I wasn't original. I'm not trying to toot my own horn. That was a spring training take.
That was a measy F ball knowledge take, bro. And we have the tapes.
Training take.
We have
the tapes. That being said, doesn't matter. Dude's hitting. He's only 21. He's only going to get stronger. He's going to be a captain for this fucking team. He's going to be a captain. And I think you got to just say fuck it and lock him up long term, man. Somebody asked on Twitter, I can't remember who tweeted it, but shouts out to them. If you offer Jurickson Merrill 10 years, $120 million right now, does he take it? Going back to my statement on irrational confidence, he says, fuck no. Are you kidding me? He says, absolutely not. I'm not taking that. He's played half the season.
He likes SD. I think he likes SD.
I think he likes SD, but I think that's not his price. I think that's not his price.
10 years, 120. Yes. I think that. So he would be what, 31 when he's done with his contract? Kind of like,
dude, it's an Acuna contract.
Yeah, no, it's that 360
now,
deal.
Don't get me wrong. Do I think he's gonna be Ronald Acuna and hit 50 home runs and steal 40 bases? No. But Ronald Acuna is probably making 200 to 300 less million than he should be right now because he signed that stupid deal. So I'm saying, like, I doubt he's going to sign with us. I also think, hey, maybe no need to get more money on the books right now in an area where Machado's getting older, Xander's getting older, Yu Darvish, Cookie's fucking arm is falling off.
Mike. Corbin Carroll's he has like a 550 OPS right now. He's having a bad year, dude. Obviously, his shoulder is, I think, way bigger of an issue than they thought, but he's locked in that contract.
That's the risk you run, right? When you sign a deal, like, if your arm gets fucked up, hey, that money's not going away. You can't back out. I'm not saying Jurickson Merrill's got to get injured. I'm just saying that, he's in his rookie deal, his rookie year. You don't want to overpay right now. He's on our team. He's not leaving. Somebody's like,
"Oh,
where's he?
After this,
Somebody's like, where's he going? Where's he going? Or when are we going to lose him? I'm like, you're going to have a kid by the time the motherfucker's rookie deal is done. Like, holy shit, you're going to be going to pre-K. You're going to be going to pre-K.
My kid will be playing with Jackson Merrill by the time.
Tatis is literally going to be done with the Padres when we have a kid in like first grade. Like, that's how fucking long he's going to be on the team. Like,
Tatis will have a kid on the team before Jackson Merrill is done with his contract. Yeah, man. Hey, he's been awesome. Honestly, it's been sick to watch too. Like, his confidence is sweet. Yeah, man. Hey, and Machado's heating up. Hey, the lineup has been great. Profar, what more can we say, dude? Last night was just another example. Like, he's going to be, hopefully, it looks like, and make sure to vote. I know it's like, it's crazy how much more I want to vote for in the All-Star game than the actual election. When I tell people to vote, I'm like, hey man, make sure you vote. Like, bro, isn't the election in November? I'm like, nah, bro, not that bullshit. Like, I'm talking about pro into the All-Star game, bro.
This is the real shit.
Yeah. Fuck Biden, fuck Trump, go pro. Honestly, that's the only. I'm voting for Profar this year, 2024. But yeah, man, I'm excited, bro. I think it's gonna be good. Hopefully he gets, that starting position, and he's kind of having that Disney movie type season.
100%.
Like, he has this kid who's like super cute, and his kid's like, man, I really want my dad to be an all-star. And then Pro comes up last night after having that beef, and it's a grand slam. I'm like, bro, what am I watching, dude? Like, this is like scripted from the gods.
Hitting that grand slam
number one
was
prospect
scripted,
overall. Bro. Former number one. He was a higher prospect than Machado.
Oh yeah, dude, he was regarded in that era. He was regarded as the best baseball prospect in like the last decade and a half.
It's crazy.
He was the shit. They thought he was like,
and he's gonna start.
They thought he was a surefire Hall of Famer. He's gonna, and he deserves it.
Mike, look at these stats right now.
Him hitting that grand slam literally last night. I texted you. I was like, Profar hitting a grand slam right now would send the city into a frenzy.
Mike,
and then you were like, yeah, go for it.
Jurickson Profar this season: 83 games, 285 at bats, 90 hits, 15 doubles, 11 homers, 55 RBIs. 41 walks and 49 strikeouts. Almost a 1-to-1 ratio. He has a .316 batting average with a .408 on-base percentage, a .484 slug, and an .892 OPS, and it's over halfway through the season. Over the amount of games, if he plays, let's say he plays 150, let's hope he plays 155 games this season. That's insane. He's on pace for a 22 home run, 115 RBI season, bro. Like, yeah. And this guy's getting paid $1 million. And he's a fan favorite. Yeah. It's freaking awesome, dude. It's literally like, and these are the type of storylines that, one, make rooting for sports and having a favorite team awesome. But two, dude, anytime you look at, who won the World Series in like 2019 when the Nationals won the World Series, right? You have this rookie Juan Soto that comes up and balls out. You have, Steven Strasburg, who was a former top prospect, and he has like the time. Scherzer, all these dudes. It's like all the Rendon, who's about to get a contract. Like all these characters, right? 2021, like all of these different World Series, or the Rangers last year. You got, Wyatt Langford comes up, Evan Carter. You got Seager, Simeon. All these characters that make this lineup. It's like, the Padres have a type of team where we're beating up on good teams, bro. The teams that we've lost to are usually the shitty teams. Like we've taken the season series so far against the Dodgers. Other than the Phillies, no team in the NL that's good. I think we've beaten every single team that's good in the season series other than the Phillies. Like, this is the type of team where if we get a C start like we got tonight, or a Michael King start, or Matty Nux gives us 5 in the playoffs, we shore up that bullpen. We get Tatis back. We get Darvish back. Who knows, guys? The VAR's starting to pick up a little bit. And guess what? Are the Padres going to go through a couple more bad stretches this season? without a doubt in my mind. I would put $300 on it right now that the Padres go through a very bad stretch, knowing this team probably relatively soon. But remember the energy we have right now. Remember the excitement we got this past series against the Nationals. Guys, this could be what happens in September and leads us into October, bro. Honestly, we make a couple smart moves at the deadline. I don't want to trade Salas. I don't want to trade DeVries. Everybody else on the table, honestly, right? We've seen enough. I'd like to have a couple, if we can get away with not trading a Lesko or Snelling, I'm cool with that too. But overall, dude, when you see a guy like Matt Waldron come out of nowhere, we got Waldron for 6 more years, dude. Like, making some smart moves. I want to ask you, Mike, before we end this show, 2 things. First, though, trade deadline in a month. What's the Padres' biggest need? And who are the prospects that are untouchable in your eyes?
Padres' biggest need, say, another starting pitcher. I'd say a back-end starting pitcher is probably our biggest need. I don't hate
bullpen.
I think it's tough with the bullpen, right? I think the bullpen needs help, but
we have played a lot of games.
You have to hope that the guys you paid big money to be a back-end reliever can come through. Like Wandy Peralta, sure, he's maybe not going to be a lockdown guy, but he's not bad. Yuki Matsui's not bad. The thing that worries me is, throwing Adam Mazur or throwing Randy Vasquez in a pivotal game. And that's the issue, right? If Joe's going to be out for the season, you got to say, hey, we can throw Randy or Adam 1 out of the 5 games, but we can't throw them 2 out of the 5 games because that's too risky. So you need to go out there and you need to get somebody that, can shore up the back end of the rotation. There's like guys out there. I mean, from a prospect standpoint, I can tell you there's 2 guys. You can't give up Leo DeVries and you cannot give up Ethan Salas. Everyone outside of that, I don't want to say you can just blow the farm system up, but AJ is very good at replenishing talent. I don't think that the farm is necessarily the biggest issue. I actually will give you one more guy. This guy has insane VAR. He's nasty right now. I think you know who I'm talking about. Isaiah Lowe. That dude is sick as fuck. He's sick.
Dope, bro.
He's sick, throws gas, and he strikes out like 9 dudes
too, right?
He's 21. He's 21 and at Lake Elsinore. He's got a 2.94 ERA, 49 innings, 64 strikeouts. That is a guy that I'm saying right now. Obviously, they don't do prospect rankings where they just incrementally increase him. He's a top 10 Padres prospect by the end of the season. If the farm stays the same, I think it'd be stupid to give him up. Outside of that, I don't want to give up on Robbie Snelling. I don't think he's like bad. I think my issue somewhat with the Padres is it does seem like we rushed a little bit of the development on some of these guys. I don't know if that's like they're fucked for good or what, but I mean, you're throwing a 20-year-old in Double-A and he's getting shelled a little bit. You don't want to just completely tank a dude's confidence, but that's beyond the point. I'd say Salas, DeVries, Isaiah Lowe, 3 untouchables. Outside of that, maybe Robbie Snelling.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that was spot on, dude. I pretty much agree with everything you were saying there. Yeah, I like Homer Bush Jr. too. I think he could kind of be that, 4th outfielder for us one day if he could develop into some power. Also a big fan of the DSG, so shout out Homer. Big fan of you as well. But yeah, guys, I mean, dude, the one thing about prospects is we have been so accustomed to trading everybody, right? Anyone that becomes a prospect or comes up for us for like 2 weeks, we're so accustomed to trading them for like a Mike Clevenger or, like a Sean Manaea cat. And then we look back, we're like, oh man, like Josh Taylor's pretty good. That a lefty that with power like that could be pretty beneficial to our team. We see with Jackson Merrill, we finally had one of our top guys come up, and he's going to be a corner piece of our franchise for 10 years, right? So like maybe with the top guys, you hold off. Like if you're a number one prospect in an organization, the odds of you becoming an everyday Major League Baseball player are very high. Ethan Salas is 18, Mike. He's 18 years old. We're looking at Jackson Merrill like this dude is young as shit. Ethan Salas is 3 years younger than this guy, bro.
Yeah.
3. Ethan Salas, Jackson Merrill comes up, wasn't really raking in the minors, dude. Like he was good in Lake Elsinore, but he wasn't in a lot of bombs. There's a lot of shit. Lake Elsinore, Jackson Merrill was like 19 in Lake Elsinore. He's now the starting center fielder at 21. We have Ethan Salas in Fort Wayne at 18, bro. If this kid, and by all accounts he will, can keep his confidence, get this back going a little bit, sky's the limit for him. Leo DeVries, I'm going to say right now, and I know I get a lot of grief on social media for me, glazing these prospects and thinking the most of them. I genuinely think Leo DeVries is going to end up as a mix of Lindor and Jose Ramirez. I said it. And if he doesn't, screw me. Trust me, I'll delete this if he doesn't. But I genuinely think this kid's going to be that good. Trading him for Garrett Crochet is a humongous, monumental mistake. And if AJ can just take a deep breath, see the energy that this team's playing with right now, look at the rest of the National League and realize there's maybe 2 other teams that we really have to worry about, the Cardinals and maybe like the Mets. Just take a deep breath. Hey, fill out some depth pieces. Hopefully Tatis comes back and we continue on this run without giving up a generational type catcher and a generational type middle infielder. I'm excited, dude. Hey, we got the draft coming up too. But Mike, last thing before we call this an episode. Halfway through the season, I want you to give your MVP offensively, MVP pitcher, and then I want you to give me the best moment of the season so far.
Yeah. Offensively, I mean, it's pretty simple. It's Jurickson Profar. Dude's come through in every big spot. I think I saw a stat where his OPS plus with guys on base in his last 10 at-bats or 15 at-bats is like 225 or something like that. Just insane.
Yeah.
Pitching-wise, it's got to be... Ooh, this is tough. It's tough because Suarez is had a great year, but I'm giving the nod to Matty Nux, man. In a team where two of your best pitchers have been hurt pretty much the entire season. Yu Darvish has been out. Joe Musgrove played a little bit, but he was dog shit because his arm is literally torn up.
$37 million on the IL with those two.
And the unsung hero, a guy who going into the season, we thought, fuck, we need to get a replacement for Matt Waldron because we can't have Matt Waldron going out there throwing every 5th day or we're going to lose 30 games based off of that. And the dude is only got, I mean, Cease pitched phenomenal today.
Yeah.
Matt Waldron, every time he's on the mound, I'm like, we got a fantastic shot at winning this one. I fucking love Matty Nux, dude.
Bro.
I love Knuckles. He's fun to watch. He's got insane VAR. And dude, I just think he deserves to be an all-star. He won't, but that guy, the all-star game would be 10 times sicker if Matt Waldron got a nod. What was the last thing you asked?
I asked your favorite moment of the season thus far, June 26th.
I mean, it might be recency bias. I think last night
was sick, dude.
Profar getting hit and Manny coming up and instantly hitting a home run. First pitch with Don on the call, on beat with the fucking bat hitting the ball. Was like, and we'll see Manny Machado.
Yeah, no,
this is like out of a fucking movie, dude. It's out of a movie. This team this season is actually scripted. Like, it's actually scripted. You can't tell me that a Bob Melvin-led team, a Sleepy Bob team, has any of these moments last year, dude.
No.
Mike Shildt, the one thing he's going to do is he's going to fucking fight for his team. He was ready to fight last night. He almost fought Davey Martinez. Next pitch, Profar gets hit. He gets tossed. Next fucking pitch, Manny Machado, 2-run home run. It was out of a movie. It was out of a movie, bro. I mean, this team is something special. I don't know if it's a championship team, but I do think that we will look back on this season with a positive light. And that's all you can ask for from I mean, obviously, I want to win a World Series. I want our team to win a World Series. But their seasons, 2023, you look back on it, that fucking blew.
Awful.
2022, positive light. It was a good season.
It was a great playoffs in a solid regular season.
2021, maybe the most depressing season of all time. 2020, look back on it positive, but just kind of felt, it didn't really exist. 2019,
games, bro. We've already played 84.
2024 has potential to be looked back on as the most enjoyable season of Padres baseball that we've seen, strictly off of
vibes.
VAR. And you know who's the catalyst? He's the catalyst, man. There's something different about the San Diego Padres when Jurickson Profar is donning the jersey. That is the clear fucking difference. Jurickson Profar is playing himself into a fucking number retirement if he keeps this shit up. If he wins the Padres a World Series and wins an NLCS or wins a fucking World Series MVP this year and has the season that he's having, get that pussy ass Steve Garvey off the fucking wall and throw a picture of Profar's face up there. Not even the number. Put a fucking picture of his face on there. He deserves it, dude. This guy is so fucking fun to watch. I will put my hand up. Did I think he was going to come back down to earth a little bit? Yes. Every single week I think that. He hits like fucking 25 extra base hits. He's him.
He's him, bro.
He's him.
Dan, I was going to give mine, but bro, you low-key, we're ending the episode on that, bro. That's an all-time rant. I'll go really quick. MVP Pro, the MVP pitcher, Suarez. Favorite moment of the season so far. Yesterday was sick, but I'm going to go with that 8-1 comeback against the Cubs. We were down bad. Toddy hits that home run. We finally see him hit that big, go-ahead homer. Hopefully he gets healthy. Everybody who watches, man, everybody who supports. Oh, we didn't even mention the Padres posting the VAR, dude. That was crazy. Shout out whoever the admin is on Twitter. We respect you, admin. King. We respect you, Queen, whoever you are. But real talk, everybody who supports us, we appreciate that. Hey, we're just rooting for the Pods, baby, all day. Keep the energy up. We're going to have a great summer, hopefully. Let's enjoy it. Go Pods. Mies, thanks, bro. Any last words?
Go Padres.
Peace.